All right, guys, let's take a look at a new headlamp that I received from Amazon Prime to be exact. And this is a Sofirn headlamp. I've had such good luck with other Sofirn lights, and I decided to try their headlamp. This is the strap that goes on your head. And let's see what else is in the box here. We have the, looks like the flashlight itself in here. And yeah, pretty nice looking light. It has an external charging, or internal charging I should say. Looks like a shallow inset LED with a orange peel reflector. The fit and finish is really nice. I'm really liking that. That looks really good. Looks like an electronic based button instead of a mechanical button. So I guess it just kind of depends on where you fall on that situation. Behind here, like I said, is the charging mechanism. Looks like a standard mini USB, which I'm definitely very fond of and in favor of. Oh, look at that. It's got a built-in tail cap magnet, which is, you know, these days I would say that's kind of a must-have situation. Inside the box we have a little card here, and then we have the destruction manual. So in case you need to destruct it, you have a short destruction manual in several different languages. So that's about that, a little short instruction manual. And here we have, ooh, look at this, an added bonus, the 18350 tube. If you're interested in running this with an 18350, well, you're in luck because it comes with that tube. O-rings are already installed. So that's kind of a nice added feature. I'm not real certain a person buying this light is going to need that 18350 tube, but it comes with it. A couple of O-rings, standard. And, ooh, a really nice pocket clip in case you're one of those people that like to use your headlamp as a EDC light as well, like double duty, triple duty. And also just a standard mini USB cord. So that's pretty much everything that comes in the box. That's just the little cap that went over the battery when it was shipped. And let's take a look at the light a little closer here. Alrighty. Let's see, set that down. Let's just screw this in here. I'm not really certain which way this goes yet. We'll figure it out. Try both ways or whatever. And screw the tail cap here. And notice, by the way, this is the battery that it comes with. This is a really nice battery, actually. It works pretty well, lasts a long time, and I haven't had any issues with it. The tail cap has got a spring. The head is also sprung. For those of you that have just now started watching my videos, you know that I am a big fan of springs on both ends. And this is what we end up with the 18350 tube installed. A much shorter light, more compact. You can kind of just throw this into your pocket. Now, this headlamp or the strap is not my absolute favorite that I've ever seen. You see how I've got to kind of fight to get that on there and then position it, and then, you know, oh, wait a minute. Look at this. 18350 tube ends up being a little short. You mean, I guess you could use it like this, but, you know, that's not ideal. So, I guess the 18350 tube is just kind of something that may be useful as a pocket work light or something like that. You know, with the magnetic tail cap, makes it easier to just throw into a pocket, throw into an EDC bag, something like that maybe. But as far as using it for its intended purposes, it does look like the 18350 tube is a little bit of a impedance in that area. But let's go ahead and put the 18650 tube back on here, the full size tube, and see what this looks like. You know, there's nothing wrong with throwing extra stuff into a package. Like, I'm not complaining that the 18350 tube is not ideal as far as the rest of the accessories go. They threw it in, and it was free. You don't pay any extra for it, and it may be nice for some people in certain situations. So I'm definitely not knocking, you know, throwing it in there. But the clip works perfect, as you can see. This is the, you know, how it would, you know, intend to be used. You know, it works perfect this way. And the beauty of this headlamp is that it throws a beam a little bit farther. I'll take a look at some beam shots with you, but traditionally a headlamp is meant to disperse a large amount of light in a short area in a you know, so you can, you know, work up close with a headlamp. But this one gives you more of a flashlight type light. It's diffused with the orange peel reflector, but it doesn't diffuse as much light. It actually throws a beam a pretty good distance. And here I am fighting this strap again. I mean, I guess once you put this thing in the strap, if your intended purpose is to use it as a headlamp and leave it, it's fine, I suppose. But if you're a guy that wants to take this in and out of this strap, use it as an EDC light, use it as a headlamp, well, I have to tell you that if I'm being honest here and I'm being critical, I think my weak link in this lamp so far is the headlamp strap. I mean, I guess that's going to, you know, your mileage may vary on this, but I think it's difficult to adjust, you know, where I want the light. It's not as quick and easy to get the light into the position. And I'm really paranoid, with no justification, by the way. I have no justification for this, but I'm a little paranoid about the durability of this strap. See, it's just a really super flexible rubber. And man, you know, maybe that holds up. I have no experience with it. I'm just saying, see how this, you know, just kind of pops in here. It's super easy. It just kind of pops. And if I want to lock it in place, I just kind of pull this down and, you know, get it onto the hook. But I don't even use this. It stays in place just fine. But, you know, but see how this, you know, this bracket that it sits in, the strap, everything is just super, you know, it gives a lot of confidence. I don't think it's going to break. It feels super strong. In the future, Sofirn might want to take a look at the strap. I think the light is really good. I like the light a lot. As a matter of fact, if you're a person in a situation where you need to have a light on your head that throws a beam farther, this is definitely one of those lights that works very well for that. Taking a look at the Beamshot, this is the Sofirn headlamp right here, and I just filmed this with my cell phone as a quick little demonstration. Notice how you got a real hot spot in the center. It throws a lot of light off to the sides, more so than a flashlight because of the shallow inset, but that's what you can kind of expect right there. Now looking at the Army Tech, see how it's just all diffused light. It's all diffused, and it goes a very short distance. But there's a lot of light just like everywhere. It's like a light grenade. I've used this headlamp for a little while, a couple weeks, as my exclusive headlamp. I found if you're looking for a light that is a combination EDC light headlamp, this is for sure the light for you. You know, I guess it boils down to one very important factor. How much do you value value? How much do you value value is really what it boils down to, because you can buy 3 of these Sofirn lights for one of the premier upper end headlamps. I mean, it's hard to argue that, well, a guy would rather have 3 of something for the price of 1 of something. So, yeah, so it just kind of depends on what you're looking for. I find no fault with the light at all. For the design itself, I really like it. As a matter of fact, I use it a lot myself personally. I didn't just throw this on a shelf after doing the review and then just forgetting about it. I'm actually using this thing. I keep it with me all the time. I like the fact that it throws light farther than a traditional headlamp, or the traditional headlamps that I've used in the past. So I personally like that. As long as you know that up front, and that you know that, critically speaking, I should say, the strap itself is the only weak link to this headlamp. There's nothing wrong with it. It works perfectly. It just makes me nervous about the long-term durability of it, taking it in and out of that rubber band. It just makes me nervous. I don't know if that's if there's any justification for that whatsoever. Maybe I think the head strap could be better. Other than that, for the price, I give this thing 2 thumbs up wholeheartedly, no reservation. I think anybody who buys this light will be happy with it. Thanks for watching. I hope it was helpful. We'll catch you on the next one on NEN.